All right, guys. I want to take a shot now before I leave. There's something I want to say. But I think it's better to say it so that you guys will not think like maybe I'm speaking under the influence of alcohol. Because I came across this lady called Cynthia Wanazoka. She was asking African kings. She said, let me read the message. She said, "Dear African kings, you are not a polygamist and you are not polygamous in nature. You are just being irresponsible men using culture and nature to max your discipline," right? Cynthia Wanazoka, this message, the way I received this message, I know it's a question, but the way I received this message is more like it's going direct to Yale Edochie. But I'm gonna answer you that, and all the listeners and people who are interested to know more about African culture. So there is something I want you to understand about African culture. In a royal family, if a king have to divorce his wife, it is meant to keep secret forever. No one will hear it. That is real African culture. So if a king want to take a step of taking another wife, is his choice. Because why? In African culture, kings and people who have interest of having multiple wives is not about culture. It's about having more kids. It's about having a big family. If you have interest of having a big family, that is when being a polygamous comes in. Let's say in the society we live now, everybody is on social media building communities. Before the social media comes in, we believe in building communities by having a big family. If maybe I have interest of having like 20 kids, that is enough to say I have a big family. There is no possible I can give one woman 20 kids. It's a punishment. So for the fact that I have interest of having 20 kids, that is a big family, and I have money to take whatever is going to cost me, I can go ahead doing it. So you trying to be like is a culture. I promise you, we are better than other race or culture or whatever in terms of practicing on how to have a big family. White people, what they do in terms of having a big family, they have a wife this side, they divorce her with the kids, they don't even care. Even if they care, they just leave them there. They go another place and get married without even going process of those things. But we African kings, we make it to be more respectful. That is why we don't want our wives or our ex-wives to be moving around the street, playing with other men, doing some city things in the name of I don't want to be in a polygamous family. So there is this important part I want you to understand more. In African culture, if a king have to divorce his wife, in African culture, what they normally do, they create a portion for that woman, keep her in a safe place. She will have her own home, but she is legally divorced from this king. But her and the kids still belongs to the family, but she will have her own portion, her own house inside the premises of the king. That is how African culture idolize things like this. So right now as we speak, there is a king in Zulu land who went and filed for a divorce for his first wife at the court. So are you gonna say this person is not practicing African culture? No. The African culture that I know, there are some kings who have interest of having multiple or big family. What they do, they go and adopt more kids using his surname. He just wants his family to be big. He adopts kids from any place, anywhere. He can even go and marry a woman with 5 kids, maybe a widow. All of them will tend to be using his surname. That is how the interest of having big family in African culture affect kings. Every king you go in African culture, that king always have interest of having big family because there are so many wealth to be consumed. Who is going to eat it? Do you think, if, let me use myself now as an example, let's say I have $100 billion in the bank, my own money. Do you think I can finish it alone when I die? No. I have to build my own community. So let's not use social media community to compare with real community. Real community is a big family. Social media community is social media community. So African culture remains the same, nothing changed. That is one thing you must know. So people trying to question Yul Edochie why he's going for second wife or things like that, maybe he wants a big family. Yeah, maybe Yul Edochie wants a big family, we never know. Maybe it's a discussion, but the first wife disagreed with his interest. So there's nothing changed. He already have multiple kids. This one give him 2, this one give him 4 or 5. So he's growing. If he have more interest, he can go for the third wife. All right.